Morning guys, my name is Elizabeth, and in today's video I wanted to do my weekly menu planning video with you all. My menu runs from Thursday to Wednesday. I get paid every Thursday. I grocery shop once a week on Thursday. My current budget for my groceries is $160, and I've come up with a whole plan for the year. So for the year, from March through May, my budget is $160 a week. $60 is for the weekly rotating items. $100 is for back stock. From June to August, my grocery budget will decrease to $120 a week. $80 will be for back stock, and $40 will be for my weekly rotating items. In September, the bulk of my budget, which will be $80 a week, is for back stocking. I'm allowing myself $20 for fresh fruit and vegetables, and $60 is going to go toward stockpiling. The objective is, as my stockpile increase, I should be able to shop my home a lot more than shopping the grocery store. I'm just going to be getting fresh fruits and vegetables by the end of the year for my stockpile. That's my goal. Just so we know, I always try to start my menu planning video keeping in mind what my goal is. And from there, I go to what I have on hand. So right now I have sweet potatoes. So I'm incorporating sweet potatoes in some way in my weekly menu. These red potatoes, I'm gonna do sausage and baked roasted potatoes for breakfast, so I already have a use for those. In addition to that, I go over what's in my meat freezer. I keep a detailed log of what I have in my what I have in my entire back stock, so it's several pages. But for my meat freezer, I have 13 packs of chicken breasts. I have more chicken breasts than any other meat in my meat freezer currently. So I know my goal for the upcoming week is to use chicken breast twice. I have more of it than any other meat, so I want to utilize that more than the others. I did a rough run of what I want to cook for not the current week, because we already made the menu for the current week, but for the upcoming week, I have a rough list of what I want to make. And so I'm just gonna go over it. But I came up with the idea that I'm gonna start writing down my week to week recipes. So I just have an inventory to look through. I don't have to be inventive or creative every single time I sit down trying to figure out things to cook. I'll have a log of all of the different meals that I've made, and it'll also help me diversify. I go through these periods where I make the same thing over and over and it drives my kids nuts. So I'm gonna try to spread the meals out, and I'll have a log of what I made from week to week, so it'll help me. So starting off, like I said, my menu runs from Thursday to Wednesday, but I just go Monday through Sunday when I'm creating my menu. So I'm gonna start off with buffalo chicken salad. I can use chicken breast in that, and I have everything I need. I have the chicken breast, I have a bag of romaine lettuce, and I have buffalo sauce. So everything that I'll need for that meal I have on hand. Let me just write it down. Buffalo chicken salad, and that'll be not today, but the following Monday. And then in my last haul, I got pork chops because I've been wanting to have pork chop sandwiches, fried pork chop sandwiches. I grew up on them. Anytime I fry something, I try to do a fresh fruit or veggie with it. I don't know, just to kind of balance it out a little bit. So I'm gonna do pork chop sandwiches on Tuesday with cantaloupe. I did watermelon last week and it was super expensive. So we love watermelon, but I'm gonna have to pick up a watermelon and cut it myself. $16 for pre-cut watermelon isn't gonna work for my budget. And that's a pork chop. And then on Wednesday, I'm gonna do teriyaki chicken and mashed sweet potatoes. So I need teriyaki sauce, but I can use chicken breast for the teriyaki chicken. Yeah, and for a veggie, I'll do green beans with that. And then on Thursday, I'm gonna do ribs and mac and cheese. That's one of my favorite meals. And I have all the ingredients for that. Friday will always be a free night. When I say free night, it's not that I'm not cooking, it's that I am free to decide what I'm gonna cook. If I wanna throw a pizza in the oven, some chicken nuggets that we have on hand, free just means whatever I come up with, I can cook, or whatever's quick and easy for me, I can cook. But I'm gonna cook on Friday. It's just not a planned meal. And then Saturday, I'm gonna do chili cheese fries with pineapples. Now, I've never did the chili cheese fries as a dinner, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then on Sunday, I'm gonna do spaghetti with fried fish. Sunday, I try to do a Sunday dinner like the traditional Sunday dinner that I grew up with. I don't always do that, but I try on Sundays to give my kids like the traditional Sunday dinner that I grew up with. I enjoyed it. It was special for me, and I try to create that for my kids as well. So I need to update my freezer tracker to remove what we're using. So I'm using 2 packs of chicken breast. So instead of 13 packs of chicken breast, I'll have 11. I gotta write that down because I don't have my wet erase. So chicken breast, I'm gonna update to 11 instead of the 13 that I have there. I'm also using 1 pack of pork chops. I only have 2 packs, so pork chops I'm gonna update to 1. Ribs, I have 2 slabs of ribs, but I'm using 1, so I'm gonna update that so it reflects that I only have 1 in the freezer. Fish, I have 2 4-pound bags of fish, so I'm not gonna do anything there because I don't know what to do with it. And then ground turkey is what I put in my spaghetti. I have 8 rolls. I'm gonna update that to 7. So this lets me know what I need to update my freezer list to, because I want to make sure this is always current. I just don't have a wet erase. I don't have alcohol in a wet erase marker, so I can't do it right now. But that's pretty much how I come up with my menu for the week. I try to look at what we have on hand in the house currently, and from there I move to yeah, what I'll need, or what's gonna be easiest for me. But I try to always utilize, for the bulk of my menu, what we have in the house. Things that need to be used right away, and then from there what I have stocked, if that made any sense. So for my upcoming menu, I have everything for the buffalo chicken salad, pork chops, sandwiches, and cantaloupe. I will need bread, and I will need cantaloupe. I need teriyaki sauce. For the mac and cheese, I don't need anything. Chili cheese fries and pineapples, I will need a pineapple. I don't have any fresh pineapple. spaghetti and fried fish. I have everything. So the highlight of the upcoming menu is I don't have to buy any meat for my weekly rotating portion. I have all of the meats that I will be using, not this week, but next week, on hand in my meat freezer. The only items that we're gonna need is bread, cantaloupe, teriyaki sauce, and pineapples. As you can see, all of the oranges that I bought on Thursday are gone. So I do want to put 2 bags of oranges. I bought one last time, but obviously Jeremiah is loving them because I didn't eat any. And they're gone. So I'm going to get 2 bags of oranges. Cucumbers and tomatoes are always going to be on my list because, like I said, I love the cucumber tomatoes with blue cheese. So that's going to be on my weekly rotating as well. I have 3 creamers in the refrigerator, so I'm not going to buy another creamer. And so far, that's all I can see that we're going to need. This is the $60 portion of my menu: the bread, cantaloupe, teriyaki sauce, pineapple, 2 bags of oranges, cucumbers, and tomatoes. That is the $60. Now, when it comes to the $100 that I designated for my stockpile, I don't know right now everything I'm gonna get. The only thing I know is that I'm getting 3 meats. Every week, I'm adding 3 meats. It can be 3 of the same type of meat or 3 different meats. I'm adding it to my meat freezer. Meat is the star here, and my meat freezer is what allows my budget to decrease. The more meat I have, the better, because I base the meal around the meat. If there's a better solution, please leave it in the comments, but I don't know a better one. So I'm very Southern, smothered with some smoked neck bone. This is what I know. I'm open to learning different things, but that's just what I know. I'm just gonna be honest. But anyway, looking at my meat freezer stock, I'm gonna see what is the lowest and go from there. So I will have 1 rib after the one that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna add 2 slabs of ribs for the meat in my meat freezer. What else is low? And I'm gonna do, I think I want to do like 6 of the ground turkey. So 2 slabs of ribs and 6 ground turkeys is what I have. The ground turkey meat is what I have as far as the meat portion of my stockpile. When it comes to rice, I have 6 bins of rice, several bins of flour, sugar, pancake mix, lima beans, and on top of all the dry goods, they have 5-pound bags to go to them. So we're never gonna have to, well, no time soon will we have to deal with dry goods. I don't have any smoked sausage, so I do want to add 2 packs of smoked sausage for the back stock portion of my grocery list. And from there, I think that's all we're gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna add a couple more items throughout the next couple days. Like I said, it's Monday. I don't go grocery shop until Thursday, so I will do a update with you guys on Wednesday just to let you know exactly how much I ended up exactly what I ended up putting on my grocery list. But this is just how I get the gist of what I want to do. I always have my calculator when I'm in the store, because sitting here planning, I can write a bunch of things down, but the money is going to let me know what I can get. I try to put the items in order of most important to just things that I want. Because I'm only going to spend $60 on the rotating portion, and then back stock gives me a lot of leeway. I can get in the grocery store and decide, instead of 6 of the ground turkey 1-pound packs, I'm just gonna get 2. The money is gonna decide where I go. I just give myself a template to go with. I know that I'm gonna walk out of the store with at least 3 meats to add to the meat freezer, and I know I'm gonna leave the grocery store with everything I'm gonna need to. I don't know where it kicked off at. It's 7 o'clock, so my alarm went off to let me know it's 7 o'clock and I need to get my child up for school. But yes, I always go off of the list that I create, and I always allow the money to let me know what I can and cannot do. In order to know, I make sure I have a calculator. I take a wallet calculator, and I take my phone. Not a wallet, a regular calculator is what I use for my weekly rotating items, and then my phone is how I calculate the $100 for what I'm gonna stockpile. I need 2 calculators because if I calculated it all together, I don't know exactly how much in each area, from rotating items to back stock that I'm spending, and having 2 calculators help me. I'd rather be in the store and look broke than actually be broke. So I don't care how it looks, but it's to make sure I stay on budget. Having a menu is just a template. I can decide the food that like I said, we're having buffalo chicken salad on Monday. I can decide that we're gonna have that on Wednesday, and what we were supposed to eat on Wednesday, we're gonna eat on Monday. Basically, I'm just saying that we're gonna eat what's on the menu, but the days that we're gonna eat can fluctuate for you, not for me. Jeremiah is very particular about making sure we eat what I put on there. But if your kids are not as anal as mine, you can deviate from the order in which you facilitate the menu, the dinners. I hope this was educational and informative for you. And I will see you guys on Wednesday just to do a grocery list update and maybe a revamp. It's Monday. Between Monday and Wednesday, I may change my ideas for a recipe or 2. It's always going to be what I have on hand, so we're going to make sure that we have the meat and go from there. But I'll see you on Wednesday with an update. But I wanted to just do a rough video to show you how I come up with my grocery list and what the menu planning process looks like. Have a great week. Like I said, I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care.